Hi everyone, I'm John Evans, this is Al Pasquale, and we're the founders of Scamnetic. Our mission is simple. We want to identify and stop every scam before losses occur by empowering your consumers through trusted service providers like yourself. AI has advanced to simply trick the human eye. Think bank impersonation scams, dating scams, marketplace fraud, deep fakes, and the list goes on. And how the industry and most of you are trying to combat it is through education to your consumers. Watch out for this, or we'll never ask you for that. So the bad guys are using sophisticated AI, where the good guys are using basic education, and the results speak for itself, as we're experiencing historical losses both here in the United States and globally. 3 things to keep in mind about our no-scam product. 1, we focus on automation. 2, you can co-brand or white label in any consumer offering, security bundle, or banking platform. And 3, we offer 360-degree scam patented protection. No one else in the market can match. So Al, let's jump in.
All right, there we go. All right, so excited to show everyone how this works. All right, so this is the No Scam app. Now, to John's point, we also have APIs, so this could be part of your digital banking experience. I think the first thing to remember here is that every one of us and your customers are getting trillions of bad messages every year. Emails, texts, DMs. How do they know whether or not something is legitimate? What we're able to do is provide that customer with that information in a way that's easy and fast. We call that scan and score, and let me show you how it works. So I'll give you some examples. So, all right, all of us get these messages every once in a while. It's from a trusted brand, right? It's DHL, FedEx, UPS, you get these shipping messages. Want to know whether or not this is the real deal. Very often, people avoid things, right? They don't respond to an email or a text. They don't click on things because they're afraid. Well, what we can do now with No Scam is know in that moment whether or not something's real. So in this example, all I need to do is screenshot it and share it. But instead of sharing it with like a Facebook or LinkedIn, I'm going to share it with No Scam. All right, in this case, it is an email. And I'm going to give it a label and submit it. So what's happening now is we're taking this content. We're breaking it up into up to 21 different components. We're analyzing it. And in real time, we're able to tell that customer whether or not it's legit. So I can click on this, and I can get an answer. Everything is scored on a scale of 1 to 4, 1 being low risk, 4 being extreme. In the event that this was malicious, it would have also explained why. So now I have clear line of sight, and I can understand why something's a problem. No more fear of opening things or clicking on things, whether or not something's really from my bank or not. Now I know with scan and score. Let's say it's not an email, let's say it's a text, right? And I think texts are really important because for everyone in this room, if you're a bank or a credit union, your brand is the most impersonated brand for text message scams. Okay, so let's say I get a text message, and actually in this example, my wife gets a text message. Okay, want to know whether or not this is real. Now, instead of doing a screenshot, the other thing I can do, again, I don't need to open the app at all. So I can just kind of long press on that communication. I share it, sharing it again with No Scam. This time it is a text. Let's see, this is American. Shh. This isn't endorsed by them, by the way. So, but the important thing to remember here is the worst case scenario, right? So the worst case scenario is either A, my wife sees that message and she calls American Express. Now, that potentially wastes their time, that wastes her time. No one wins in that scenario. Worst case is she clicked on it. Because what we're able to do is take what banks and credit unions say they will never do, right? The communication policies you're putting out. We'll never ask you for your password or your PIN or your date of birth or your social. We take that, we put it in the algorithm. So now in real time, I can know that this message, supposedly from my issuer, is doing something my issuer said they would never, ever do. So I'm not picking up the phone now. I'm not clicking on things that I shouldn't click on. I'm being kept safe. I showed you email before, by the way. We can do that automatically. We have something called AutoScan that runs all the time. Happy to show you how that works back at the booth. Let's say I just had a question, though. I have a question about what I'm seeing, or I never use the app, or I never take advantage of this in digital banking, and I just need help, right? Someone's reached out to me. I need to know what's going on. I can pick up the phone and call the scam intervention line. So we also have a phone service staffed by experts, either before a scam or after a scam. It can even be a warrant transfer. We can pick up as the bank or credit union. We can give them help in that moment, right? DOJ trained experts. So We covered the inbound, right? Inbound communications. We help, right? In need. Just pick up the phone. You can call us. But what about when your customer or member reaches out to a scammer of their own choosing? And you'd ask, why would they do that? Well, dating sites, Match.com, right? Or they want to buy something online, Facebook Marketplace. How do I know before I send someone money? Before I send someone Cash App or Venmo or Zelle, right? How do I know before I Zelle them the money that they are who they say they are? Well, in this example, let's say I want to buy something from John on Facebook Marketplace, right? I want to buy, and we like to use this example, let's say I want to buy Taylor Swift tickets, right? Last year, this was a big thing. I want to buy Taylor Swift tickets. I want to take my family. I said, hey, John, really want to buy those tickets from you, right? But before I send you the money, I need to get you verified. Can I have your email address? And John's going to say, no problem, because he wants my money. He gives me his email address. I just put it into the app, and I submit. So now what's happening in John's case? So John's getting an email. He doesn't have to have the app at all, right? He's the receiver. He's getting the email. He's clicking on it, and he's doing three things. He's sharing his name, he's sharing his location, and he's agreeing to be verified. This is the first and only consumer-to-consumer identity proofing tool. We are identifying John, right, that John is in fact a real person, that he exists, right, and he has good history. We are also authenticating him. We are ensuring that he has control of that channel and that device. So now, instead of wondering who I'm Zelling that money to, I am in fact going to know with confidence that John is John. Right, John Evans is verified, and it's important to also remember here, we're not sharing any sensitive personal information. Right? It's John's name, it's John's email, which I already have, the location, which should be on his Facebook profile or his Match.com profile. We're respecting his privacy, but giving me the information I need to know whether or not he's a scammer, because 99% of the time, the scammer is not using a real identity. If this had failed, I can also verify by phone.